Hello everyone, my name is Brennan Childs and I'm a pianist here on YouTube. Today we're going to be doing a simple breakdown of the song I Wanted to Leave, which is by SYML. Before we get started, I do want to invite you all to subscribe to my channel, as it does really help me out a lot here as a YouTube creator. And then it also helps you guys out because then you don't miss out on any of my future content. And with that, let's get right into the video. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and play the arrangement in full that you'll be learning today. So we're going to start with the right hand, pinky here in C. So this is middle C right here. So you want to be at this next high one. And then you want to stretch with your fourth finger to G, F, pointer finger on D sharp, thumb on C. So the rhythm is then it goes C, D, D sharp, and you cross under and go to F, G, G sharp, G. So the rhythm for that is, and then lastly you go between F and G, and then down to D sharp. So that's F, G, F, D sharp, and then the loop immediately starts over. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the left hand for this part, starting with your pinky here in C, middle finger in D sharp, and thumb on G. And you're going to play the D sharp and G at the same time. So it's going to be, so you're repeating that twice. C. Then it goes down to pinky on G, middle finger on B flat, thumb on D. And you do the same pattern, G, these two, repeat. Then you move up to pinky on G sharp, middle finger on C, and thumb here on D sharp. And you're going to do the same pattern, but you do it 3 times. Then you quickly go back to this one once, and then you go back to this one 4 times at the end. Okay, so just to go over that left hand, it's going to be as follows. So let's go ahead and try both hands together for this first part, starting with both C's. So we have our pinky here in this C and our pinky started on this one. So I'm going to go through it nice and slow just so you can hear the timing. Go to F is when you move to the G. Now when you go to C is when you move up to G sharp. Now on this last one is when you start on the, so it's 1, 2, 3. So that's a little bit of a tricky timing. We're going to go through it again. Now when you move to this G is when you move down quickly to this G. So that last one is, so it comes in between the 3 and the 4 count. So it's 1, 2, 3. So that do, that F is at the same time that you're doing this for the 4th time. So this goes at the same time as the 4. So it's, hopefully that makes sense. That's really tricky. I'm going to go through it slowly, as slow as possible without talking. Okay, so full speed it would be like this. So it's very quick and it's going to take a little bit of practice just to be able to play it smoothly. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the second section. So after in the right hand you do that, then it changes slightly. So it starts back on over on the loop. Now, instead of doing the, you actually do something different. It goes into the next section. So it goes pointer finger, F, 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 up to G with your 3rd finger, C with your thumb. So it's, so then you repeat F, G, C, and then you go G, D, D, D sharp, B flat, C. So that's F, 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 G, C, F, G, C, G, D, D, D flat, B flat, C. So without me talking, it's next section here starts similar. Pointer finger on F, 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 G, C. Then you go F, G, B flat, up to D sharp. So that's, so then in the left hand, what you're gonna do is starting with your pinky here on G sharp, middle finger on C, and thumb on F. So you do it once and repeat. Then you move up to pinky with C, middle finger with D sharp, and thumb with G. And you do this, repeat. Then you jump down to a familiar one you've done before, pinky on G, middle finger B flat, and thumb on D. And you do this one, a repeating time, repeat. And then lastly, you move back up to pinky with G sharp, middle finger with C, and thumb with D sharp, and you do this a total of 4 times of the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all together, this new section, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so then the next section, it changes in the left hand a bit. So you start on the first one, do it 2 times, 1, 2. Then you jump down to this, G, middle finger B, thumb D sharp, and you do this 1, 2. And then this last one, you do it 4 times. Pinky on G sharp, middle finger on C, and thumb on D sharp. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that second section. So all together, I'm going to count here on the left hand, and we're going to run through both parts. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next part. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So keep in mind, the second time, your thumb is doing this D sharp, whereas earlier you were doing this. So now you're doing, just keep in mind that's a little bit tricky. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put both hands together here for this part. So this right hand actually starts when you're still doing the last section. So I'm gonna play a little bit of it, and then that way you can see how you come in the right hand. So it's like this. So the dun dun here comes at the same time as the F here. Now you move to the next part. Now when we do the F, we move up to C. Then we do the G. And when we go to move to the D, that's where you move down to this G. So it's then these two together. When we do the C is when you move up to here. So again, you're doing those F's at the same time. Then we move on to the next section. Switch to the F and the G. Okay, so I'm going to go through and play it nice and slow without talking, just so you can hear how it sounds. Here. Next part. So that D sharp comes when you're playing this last one. Okay, so good news is at this point, the entire song from the very beginning repeats everything that I've taught you so far. So I'm going to try and run through without talking and just repeat what we just learned. Now at this point, you go back to the original melody, but the only thing different is you jump up higher on the piano. So here we go, we're going to continue, we're just playing everything high up here. So you're going to be at this C. Now, at this point, a very subtle difference, instead of doing G, D, you actually go B flat, D. Everything's the same, so it's... So earlier I went, now I'm going... Everything else is the same. Okay, so I'm going to run through it. Okay, now we get on to the next part. So it's an entirely new right-hand part and a left-hand part. So at this point, again, you're up high on the piano. So you go G, F, G, B flat, then you go G, F, D sharp. So it's... Try that with me. Okay, then we go, continuing on the D sharp, F, skip your pinky up to D, G, C, B flat, then you jump down to D, then you go D sharp, D, C. So this is really tricky. We're going to go through it again. I'm going to do it without talking. So there's a lot of notes that come really quick. So it's hold, then the notes. Hold the D. Okay, one more time with me. Okay, next part changes. The beginning is the same. G, F, G, B flat. Now instead of going back down, you actually go up instead. So it's G, F, G, B flat, G, B flat, C. Then we have another group of keys that come really quickly with each other. Continue on C, D, D flat, G, C, B flat, D, D sharp, B flat, C. So that is, hold that, then the notes. One more time. really tricky. Probably the hardest part of the song. So feel free to pause the video, rewind, and practice as needed. So then the left hand gets a little bit tricky too. So it's gonna start here. So the last one you're ending on, right? In the earlier section. Then you jump your pinky up to C. And then you do middle finger in D, thumb on F. And you do this once. Then you do very similar. You just move your thumb up to G. So F up to G. These two are the same. And then you move up to pinky on C. Middle finger F. Thumb stretches up to G sharp. Repeat. Then you move down to this familiar one. Pinky on C. Middle finger D sharp. Thumb on G. And you do this twice as well. Now you keep everything the same except you move your pinky down to B flat. You do this twice as well. Then last one is familiar G sharp, C, and D sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's starting from the top. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Move that pinky. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Without me talking. And then that whole thing repeats. Okay, so let's go ahead and put both hands together here. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. We're going to start here. So remember how we're ending on the 4 in the last section, right? So on the last little group of 2 here is when you come in on the G. Now, when we move to F, this is when we started the new part. Move up to B flat, hitting the B flat down here. Now when we move to D sharp, in the right hand we move to C here. Now the big group of keys comes when you move to this one. Now when you hit the D is when you move down your pinky to B flat. Then we move here. Continue on that. Continue next part. This part. So just to go over that second half. And then when we move to C is when we do this together. Okay, then after that part, luckily, this song repeats the very first section that repeats over and over, just higher up on the piano. So I'm going to go ahead and play through it again. lastly, jump down here to pinky on C, middle finger D, and thumb on G, and then C in the right hand. And there you have it. That is the entire tutorial of I Wanted to Leave by SYML. If you guys found this tutorial helpful, definitely consider subscribing to my channel, as it really does help me out a lot, and I do enjoy providing these videos for you guys. Don't forget to create art, and I'll see you guys next time.